Ladies and gentlemen, babies and elephant, welcome to another new video. My name is Bosley, and today I want to bring for you guys COC Ice Nova on a 2 Exalt budget. Yes, this is the budget series, and I'm very happy and pleased to bring you this wonderful build that you can clear all the maps and the bosses. I wouldn't say melt the bosses, but you do pretty well. You may die once in a while, but it's okay. It's only 2 Exalt budget, right? So I've always played COC for every single league. It's always very reliable, very satisfying build that I always enjoy, and I really want to bring this for you guys, this league, and of course with the lowest budget possible. So I've tried a number of budgets. I tried to go lower, but I couldn't because certain gears in the build you require like 30 chaos, 20 chaos and stuff like that. But I really tried my best to fit in as low budget as I can to make this build work, because I can try to go lower budget, but it's going to be bad, right? You're going to die a lot and you can't really kill bosses most of the time. So I think this is a sweet spot. And at this point, I think you guys who are watching this video right now probably has around 2 exalts sitting around somewhere. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump straight into the build and let's talk about it. Okay, so first and foremost, of course, we are going for Assassin. So let's talk about the Ascendancy. So the Assassin is like, you know, a no-brainer. Aside from going for, what's they call the witch, not witch, occultist. This is like the #1 best choice aside from occultist for COC. Okay, so first thing, when you start leveling this character, I'm assuming you guys are starting this character from scratch. So if you guys starting this character from scratch, the first Ascendancy point, you always want to go for Mistwalker, because the elusive, the crit strike, and you take no damage from crit strikes while you are elusive. So this one will help you clear the axe a lot faster, and also give you evasion and also elusive effect, which grants you 15% chance to avoid all damage from hits and increase move speed. So it helps you clear the maps very, very quickly. So this is like the #1 pick for the Ascendancy. And then you want to go for Unstable Infusion. So this one gives you very, very, very consistent way of getting your power charges, so that you can get your power charges up and then gain the benefits from it, like crit strikes, crit multi, and certain skill points on the tree that allows you to get mana regeneration, increased damage and stuff like that. I'll explain more later on as we go on with the build. Okay. And also it gives you 1 maximum power charges as well. So if every character starts with 3, and then it goes up to 4. So this is how it works. And then after that, you want to go for Deadly Infusion. So Deadly Infusion gives you a flat plus 5% crit multi per power charge. So if you have 10, it gives you 50% chance crit multi increased because of 5% each. And then 1.5% base crit chance while you're at maximum power charges. So when you're at maximum power charges, you will have a base crit increment of 1.5%. Okay, that's the base. And then last but not least, okay, so this is optional. Now, depending on what kind of build you're running, right? If you're on a low budget build, I would suggest going for Ambush and Assassinate, because this skill gives you a lot more consistent in terms of giving you a lot more crit, especially when you're hitting the enemy when they're on full life or on low life, extra crit multi, increased damage, and also giving your crit strikes Culling Strike, okay? So that's like when they are anywhere below 10% health, they will die instantly. Whether it's a boss, a mob, whatever it is, anything below 10%, they will just die, okay? So this is what I go for usually when I'm on a budget, but of course, when you have higher budget, you will definitely want to go for Opportunistic, because this one gives you crit strikes cannot be reflected. It gives you 25% more damage when you're doing a single boss target, and it gives you 20% reduced damage taken when there's 2 rare or unique monsters nearby. So like you can see here, right? So this one doesn't give you a lot more crit chance, and if your crit chance is shitty, definitely go for Ambush and Assassinate. I would think this is a much more reliable source until you have enough for budget. Then you can move forward and go down to Opportunistic, because you have much more stable crit chance and you don't have to worry too much about this anymore. Okay, so that is the Ascendancy. Now let's talk about the gear choices. Now the gear choices is very straightforward. We're going for low life, That's why we can use the Pain Attunement, so you get 30% more spell damage while you're on low life, and also you can equip more auras for your build, which helps you out in in terms of damage. So definitely these are the few gear choices that I think will be the most suitable for the build, especially on this budget. Now, a 5-link shafts, you can get it on the PoE Ninja on the marketplace for about 20 to 30 chaos. And non-corrupted. If it's a corrupted one, probably you can get a shitty one, probably less than that. But I would say just go for something non-corrupted. So in case you want to change anything like sockets and whatnot, you'll be just fine. So Chevron's Wrappings gives us low life that chaos damage does not bypass the energy shield. So because when we are low life, right, chaos damage always bypasses energy shield. If you don't have something like a Shavs, the chaos damage will just kill you instantly because you have low life. Okay, so make sure you're going for low life. Chevron's Wrappings is definitely the way to go, and it's really cheap anyway for a 5-link. If it's 6-link, I think it's about 3 to 4 exalts. But don't worry about the 6-link just yet. I'm only running at tier 16 maps with just tier 5-link anyway, so it's fine. I'll show you guys a showcase later on, so you guys can feel the realism of it. I'll show you my deaths as well, how I'm going to die when I'm going to run the map. Hopefully I don't, but I probably will. But I just want to give you guys the best experience I can for this build, okay? So aside from the Shavs, we are using Presence of Chayula because this one gives us 20% increase, 20% of the life converted to energy shield, which gives us more energy shield. It gives us some all attributes, and it gives us 60% increase on our chaos resistances, which is really good for the build. Most importantly, we are using this piece is because that we cannot be stunned. Because when you're channeling now, it used to be back in the day, when you channel Cyclone, you can't be stunned. But now you can. So this one will help you a lot because it's really annoying when you get stunned. When you get stunned, usually you will just die, or your damage will be very inconsistent, therefore your DPS will be a lot lower. So I would definitely suggest, especially on the budget build, go for a Presence of Chayula. This one costs you about 30 to 40 chaos, you know, on the market as well. It's not really expensive. So for the main pieces like the Shavs, the Presence of Chayula is like what, 40C, 30C, so it's like what, 70 chaos. Flow Untethered Cloth Belt, you use this one because you need the cooldown recovery rate for the trigger rate. In terms of the trigger rate for the COC, it's quite complicated. There are videos on YouTube that actually explains more in depth on the trigger rate. So I won't be explaining over here. I don't want to waste time on explaining on this one because COC has been such an old skill, but it was for all this time it has always been fun and satisfying to look at stuff explode on the screen. So Presence of Chayula 1. Definitely you want to go for Prism Guardian because you want to reserve your life instead of your mana so that you can get low life. So this one, Prism Guardians, allows you to reserve life instead of mana, number 1. Number 2, it gives you 30% increased reservation efficiency. So it used to be aura reservation lowered, but now they changed the term. It's called reservation efficiency, just to avoid all the aura bots, not aura bots, the aura stackers and stuff like that. So this one is definitely what you want to get. And also it gives you +2 level to all socketed aura gems as well. Dexterity and some resist because you need resist on the build as well because we are using quite a few uniques over here. So we definitely need some resist. Most importantly, we are using Prism Guardian because we are going to reserve life instead of mana so we can get low life. The headpiece, you want to go for something that gives you a lot more energy shield. Usually I will just go for Hubris Circlet. So Hubris Circlet here, this one I just used a couple of the fossils and just crafted it, and I was lucky to get, I was using Essence to craft this one. So which Essence I was using? I was using this Essence, the one that gives you mana efficiency, which is this one, the Essence of Loathing. So when you use this on a helmet, it will give you increased mana reservation efficiency on skills. So I used like 2 or 3 of them. And I managed to hit a pretty decent amount of energy shield. Shitty stats because we're on a budget, who cares, okay? Still, it gives you about 294 flat energy shield, which is pretty cool. And the helmet enchant, Cyclone attack speed. Now, you really want to try to get as much attack speed as you can because of the trigger rate. Again, I'm not going to explain too much, but just remember to get more attack speed. And this one, I use some of the Ica and what do you call this? Exotic Eldritch Ica, the Eldritch currencies. Eldritch Ica and some Eldritch Ember to craft on my helmet, my gloves, and my boots so that I can get additional implicits. So this one I get additional 7% mana efficiency and also 20% crit chance on spells. For the gloves, I'm using a fingerless silk gloves. So this one I use both the Ica and Ember as well. So this one has cold exposure on hit and 50% chance to unearth enemies on 4 seconds on hit. So what does unearth do? Unearth, enemies take 10% increased spell damage, which is pretty cool. It gives you a lot more DPS. The most important thing you want to get for the build, the whole reason why I'm getting this gloves is because of the accuracy rating. So you want to get a tier 1 on it. And then after that, everything else is just whatever resist that you have. Because I'm on a budget, I was just using a simple one, a cheap one, and then after that, move on from there. The weapon. I always go for Cospress Malice. Because this one gives me crit multi, a lot of flat cold damage and cold damage to spells, attack speed, increased crit chance against chill enemies, and it will trigger a socketed cold spell on melee crit strike. It used to be trigger socketed spell, but they nerfed it. It triggers socketed cold spell, but it's still what we need for a COC build. So Cospress, this one costs you like what, 10 chaos or less? 5 chaos. A non-corrupted one costs you 5 chaos. Okay. The boots, I just got a boots with damage penetrate 8%, enchant, and 30% move speed, some resist, some dexterity, because you will need a lot of dexterity just in order to equip the Cospress Malice, because this one you will require 212 dexterity. So you will need a lot of stats throughout all your gears. So make sure you get enough dexterity for your gears to equip. And this one also allows me to drop Brittle Ground. So Brittle give me extra 5% crit chance against them, and also gain 4% physical damage as cold damage as well, which is pretty cool. And for the rings, I am using Circle of Fear. So this one gives me cold damage while effective on Hero Ice. Hero Ice has increased buff effect, some dexterity, cold damage, and also minus 1 total mana cost of skills. I got this one pretty cheap for like 10 chaos on the marketplace. I think this is a pretty rare find, so don't worry too much about implicits, mainly just the Circle of Fear. Or you can use any other normal ring like this one. You can use 2 of these rings, because this one gives you damage against chill or frozen enemies, increased effect of non-damaging elements, which is the chill, some intelligence, accuracy. You want to get accuracy on your gears as well throughout all your gears. And non-chilling skills have minus 7 total mana cost as well. So these are the things, and also the belt. Like I mentioned before, this one gives you, most importantly, the cooldown recovery rate, and also the attack speed and cast speed. Okay, so these are the gear choices for the budget. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about the gem links. So the main skill here will be Cyclone, Crass on Crit Strike, Support, Added Cold, Inspiration, and Ice Nova. Pretty straightforward. On the trigger on your Cospress Malice will be Frostbolt, GMP, and Frost Bomb. Okay. On your helmet will be Mark on Hit, Assassin's Mark, Flame Dash, and Defiance Banner. Because of all the mana efficiencies that we have in the build, we can equip actually quite a number of auras in our build. So we are pretty solid for such a low budget. Okay. So this one, when we trigger Flame Dash, we will trigger Mark on Hit, and then Assassin's Mark, you know, blah, blah, blah. This is basically the secondary curse that I'm using. The primary curse will be somewhere here. Primary curse will be here. Vortex, Frostbite, Hex Touch, and Bone Chill support, which gives them a shit ton of chill. The auras will be running Hatred, Zealotry, and Grace for more evasion rating. Because of Grace and Defiance Banner, both, we are able to get about 13,000 evasion rating, so it gives us about 62% chance to evade attacks. I would think that's pretty solid. Not bad, not bad. And on the boots, Discipline, another aura, Herald of the Ice aura, Precision aura, Skitterbots aura. Okay, all the auras we're running, and we still have quite a decent amount of mana over here for us to trigger our skills. So that, did I miss on the helmet? No. I think I pretty much covered all the gem links. So next up, we're going to talk about the Flask choices. Now we have a life flask that you really don't need the life flask. I had no other flask because I am really tight on the budget right now. I'm using this because I want the immune, chill, and immunity to freeze. That's it. You need. I would suggest to carry a mana flask just in case you fuck up your mana. Most of the time you'll be fine with the leech and the mana regen, but just in case you have sudden in need of mana, I think carrying a mana flask won't be anything. It won't do you any harm. Okay. Quicksilver flask here to immune to at night and move speed. Diamond flask for more crit chance and spell damage. Leech as energy shield. You really want to try to get some leech for energy shield just to help you survive a bit better. And also Adziri's Promise for additional elemental damage as chaos damage as well. And chaos damage leech as life, that one doesn't matter. And physical damage as chaos damage during the effect. And also 35% increased chaos resistances, which is pretty cool. Okay, so these are the flask choices. Since we are on a budget right now, for the bandits, we are actually going for Alira because it gives us some crit multi, mana regen, and also resistances. Because with additional 2 skill points, I can't really do much with the budget I have right now because I'm short of resist. But once you have high enough budget, you want to switch to Aramare to get extra 2 skill points, which is much more ideal for the build rather than going for Alira. And for the Pantheons, so I'm just running Lunaris with Shakari because of poison and because of the increased move speed and physical damage reduction for each nearby enemy because we are running with the enemies a lot. Okay, so that is the Pantheons and the Bandits. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the skill tree. So we are going to start from here as Shadow, move up, and then pick up Trickery for some crit chance, Dexterity, and Intelligence. Do not pick any crit nodes just yet until you start using COC. Okay? So when you start using COC, that's when you want to use crit multis. Otherwise, don't bother about the crits yet. Because when you're at low level, the crits won't help you. Okay, it won't help you that much anyway. And then move over here. Only pick up Pain Attunement when you had low life. When you don't, just don't pick this up. Skip this one. And then move up here. Same thing again. Throat Seeker. Don't pick this up if you are not using crit COC just yet. And then over here, pick up Whispers of Doom for additional curse. Influence over here for all the mana reservation efficiency on skills. Life reservation efficiency on skills. Mana reservation efficiency on skills. Just talking about the mastery since we're here. And also increased damage for each aura of Herald skills are affecting you because we have quite a few auras running here. So you'll give us, quite a decent amount of damage increased. Down here, pick up Written in Blood for more life and energy shield and strength. And then you want to move down here and pick up one with Evil so you can get some chaos resistances over here. And Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted on you. As you can see here, I fuck up my lightning resist, so I need to fix this soon. It's 75, 75, 70, and chaos resist I have like positive 53, which is quite decent. And also I have cannot be stunned. So yeah, it's pretty okay. Okay. And Soul of Thieves, so you can get energy shield and recover 2% energy shield on kill. Inner Conviction, this one triggers when you only have a Militant Faith Timeless Jewel. So this jewel costs me for less than 10 chaos, I'm pretty sure. Make sure when you get the Militant Faith Jewel, just make sure you get the Dominus version, the High Templar Dominus. That's the one that you need so that you can get one of the you can get Inner Conviction on one of the keynote passives. Okay, so remember, you need to get Templar Dominus. Okay, and then after that, you want to move this way and then go over here, pick up a power charge node. Here, you want to pick up a power charge node as well. So there's 2 power charge nodes, and then move up here to pick up all the power charge benefit nodes. Disciple and Forbidden, extra power charge and kill, damage for power charge, crit multi per power charge, crit chance per power charge, mana regen per power charge. Okay, here. And go over here, you want to pick up 1 Thread of Hope. You must make sure you get the large ring version. So this one will cost you a bit more. This one will cost you about 50 to 60 chaos, depending on when you're watching this video. And then as soon as you pop this in, you can pick up Heart of Ice, Essence Surge, You can pick up Arcane Focus and Blast Radius for more increased area effect and area damage. And then move over here to pick up Unnatural Calm for Energy Shield. And then here's a cluster jewel that I'm using right now. So I'm using a spell damage cluster jewel, the large one. Mainly because I want to get Talmafage, Talmafag. This one you will get because I want spell damage leech as energy shield as well to help me sustain and survive a bit better. Spell damage while on full energy shield and hinder enemies with spells. Practice casters for more spell damage. And then over here I'm just using some eye jewels here to give me more dexterity and strength and some flat energy shield. And some crit multi on cold skills and resist as well. Move down here, you want to pick up Arcane Potency for crit chance and crit multi for spells. And then crit multi against unique enemies. And then another sovereignty. Sorry, I'm Asian. My English sucks, okay? So here, Reservation Mastery, Mana Reservation, like I mentioned before. Over here, Faith and Steel, Energy Shield, Resist. And then here, another jewel that gives me Dexterity and Strength. Crit multi for cold skills and global. And another power charge over here, yeah. And then down here, I forgot to mention over here, you want to move down, pick up Foresight for more energy shield, Leadership for increased effect of auras and mana efficiency, and Harrier here for attack speed and move speed. Ideally, when you have the budget, you should get Natural Instinct over here, Unnatural Instinct, pop one here and gate all the effects over here. But I don't have the budget yet because I'm cheap. That's why this is a budget video. And yeah, that's all the wrap up. So before we go, I'm just going to show you a real life showcase of map. Okay, so let's find a tier 16 map and run. Okay, I don't have a tier 16, but I do have a tier 15. So let's just run a tier 15 map. I'm just going to juice it up right now. Let's juice it up. And we're going to pop an elk. Make sure nothing funny comes up. This one's fine. And then we want to pick up a Val Orb and corrupt it, okay? So, I think I messed up that one, but never mind. I'm just gonna pop this in, and let's run a Sulfite. I don't want to run something too crazy just yet, because this is a budget build, okay? So, sit back and relax. Let's see how we will do in this tier 15 map. With the cheap budget build, and imagine the wonders we can do with a higher budget, right? Sorry, I would like to apologize for my shitty computer speed. Okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's start here. Apparently, actually, we don't do very well with the, what you call Legion mechanic. So usually I'll just look for the triggers for all the ones that with the rewards. Yeah, like over here, like the, you know, the currency reward over here. I think that's pretty much we can get right now. We'll pick up the loot later. Let's not worry too much about the loot unless we see like a Mirror of Calandra or some shit like that. Otherwise, I'm not gonna stop the run because I want to show you guys as much as I can up until I kill the boss. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to stop the video recording, and then after that, I'll pick up the loot later on. So I'm not going to waste your time. But as you can see, right, the clear speed is actually, it does what a COC does, okay? Oh, don't you just love the Maven loot filter? I love it. Who doesn't? I mean, which guy? I mean, I think most of you guys that are watching the video right now are all like guys, right? So who doesn't love a good moaning when you're playing a game? You know. Let's try to go and look for the boss. So far, as you can see, we have been running pretty smoothly. Not much funny things happening. You know, you can just farm, and get back your money's worth. Let's just pop something crazy, and yeah. Not too shabby, right? Oh, you just want to try to avoid all this nonsense. I don't think this is actually a pretty good map to showcase, but you know, at least this boss is not going to be an easy fight. Wow, he has a lot of energy shield. Make sure you want to get away from the touch of God hit. Okay? Because that will really fuck you up. And let's wait for the big... This is the reason why I'm saying I don't want to... I should have done this map because that's the only tier 50 map I have, the highest map right now. And this map you have to wait for the boss to spawn and stuff like that. Okay, so you want to pop your Vortex and run. And then after that, trigger your Flask and then try to fuck it up. Just stand here and wait. Boom! Done. There you go. Surprisingly, I didn't die. Of course, I didn't take much of a risk, but yes. I think this is more enough realism for you guys to show you guys it's actually not that bad. I would say the defensive layers has a lot more work to do, but you know. Oh yeah, pro tip: put your Vortex on your left click, so you will always have Vortex running. So you don't have to click an additional button just to trigger the Vortex. Okay. So that's the wrap up. The pros and cons, definitely. Fantastic clear speed, decent boss damage, really fun to play, everything bursting on your screen, you know, why not? The cons, I would say, sometimes you're a bit squishy because you're running on low life, but that can be fixed with more budget with the build. Otherwise, good. So yeah, if you guys like the video, or you have any comments, please comment on the comment section down below. If you like my video, please like and subscribe to my channel. It will really support and help me to put out more quality content for you guys and share some ideas with you guys as well. I really hope that you guys enjoy the rest of the weekend and enjoy the rest of the game. Peace out.